At least 14 countries have stopped funding for Palestinian refugees after Israel alleged that 13 workers of the United Nations main relief agency in Gaza, UNRWA or UNRWA, are associated with Hamas. Just 13 out of the 13,000 people employed by UNRWA in Gaza. Israel has yet to provide any proof of this allegation. Even CNN says that the summary of the Israeli intelligence does not provide any evidence to support its claims. Israel has been after UNRWA for many years now, and I'll circle back to it in a bit. But first I want to talk about the significance of Israel's timing now. It's the interim ruling by the International Court of Justice. ICJ ordered Israel to take immediate and effective measures to ensure the provision of urgently needed humanitarian aid and basic services to the people of Gaza. The court gave Israel 30 days to report back on measures taken. The International Court, however, did not order a ceasefire. But in order to ensure humanitarian aid, Israel would have to stop attacks. Without ceasefire, aid cannot be delivered in Gaza. So Israel used this loophole to accuse a handful of UNRWA employees of being complicit with Hamas. This way, major UNRWA global funding has been suspended. With no aid left to deliver, there would be no need for Israel to stop attacks. At the end of the month, Tel Aviv can report back to the International Court and say, "We would have facilitated any aid coming into Gaza, but since there was none, we continued bombing people." And technically, we are not in violation of the court's ruling. UNRWA handles almost all distribution of UN aid coming into Gaza, and the UN has warned that it may run out of funds by February. Yes, that's ICJ's 1-month deadline. UNRWA has fired several employees after the allegations and launched an investigation, but even before any investigation or proof could come out, the US and at least 13 other Western countries suspended funding to this relief agency. Israel has been campaigning against UNRWA for several years now because it is this agency that defines the refugee status of Palestinians and their descendants from 1948 till today. This designation of refugee status allows Palestinians the right to return to their ancestral homes in Israel, as recognized by the 1948 UN General Assembly Resolution 194. The fate of refugees is one of the most contentious issues in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, more so since the October 7 attacks. According to Israel, UNRWA's designation of Palestinians living in Gaza as refugees gives them the hope that they would one day go back to their ancestral homes in Israel, and this hope motivates them to resist Israeli occupation. The US is the biggest single donor to UNRWA, and it suspended aid based just on Israeli allegations. And despite overwhelming proof of Israeli destruction across Gaza and civilian killings that have crossed 26,000, the US has stubbornly increased financial and military aid to Israel.